Maroon 5, One More Night. My guest of the day is on the phone.
94.3.
This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishi K.
With people binging on online content like never before, it becomes really important to ask some questions of ourselves in terms of online safety. Really the right person on 84.3 Radio 1 to answer those questions. Amitabh Kumar, he's founder of Social Media Matters. Hi Amitabh, how are you doing?
Doing well as one can in a lockdown.
Yep. Tell us a little more about what Social Media Matters does. So give us the lowdown for those of our listeners who don't know.
Social Media Matters is a group of feminist activists who have come together to work on online safety. We do this through doing research, creating awareness content, and doing workshops with different stakeholders like college students, police, law enforcement, etc.
Great. Now, this is a new normal for all of us, which is working from home. How have you and the team adapted to it? Do you just go with the flow, Amitabh, or do you set yourself a timetable for working from home? Just describe what would be your ideal day work from home.
Totally true. It is a new normal. I just saw a movie right before the lockdown had started, and that was called Kamyab, where there was this quote in Hindi saying, enjoying the lockdown, we don't have any other option. So that's pretty much what we are doing. Being the founder and the leader of my team, something that I focus upon is positive mental health, so not to stress my team out a lot. The aim is to get by these days and to do it as positively as possible. If we look at my days, I'm actually experimenting a lot. So I've started up with interim fasting, so doing one meal a day, sleeping super early, so waking up around 4 or 5 in the morning, starting off with some exercise around 9-10 is when the calls start. So working together with many tech platforms, we have a flurry of calls coming in. Around 10:30, we do a team call, try to get everybody together, see how they are doing, set the agenda for the day, and try to wrap up things by 5:30, which would be a normal routine day. Also, I have kept weekends sacred. So Saturday and Sunday, very proud to say, neither me nor my team is picking up the phone, taking up calls. So, trying to maintain as much normality as possible in these interesting times.
Are you a big fan of video streaming services like Netflix, for example? What do you usually watch in your time? Like you said, Saturday, Sunday devoted to yourself.
A totally big fan of Netflix. Before Netflix was accessible in India, YouTube and across the spaces. Netflix, of course, has the biggest variety in online streaming, though I do subscribe to Amazon Prime, Hotstar, Z5. And my favorite shows, Taj Mahal is something that I recently watched on Netflix. Must say, a very, very different sort of a series, highly recommended. Guilty was very good. Also, just did a binge rewatch of Sacred Games, which I think will go down as a cult series of our time. Another series to recommend, not sure on which platform though, was Panchayat. I think that was Amazon or something. So yeah, these were my 4 favorites, and looking forward to Saturday and discovering some new stuff. Oh yes, also Explained. Explained is a documentary series on Netflix, which I can only recommend to everybody, a must watch.
Thanks for those recos. Amitabh Kumar, founder of Social Media Matters. They raise awareness about online safety. He shall be back. It's time for me to slip in some Imagine Dragons and whatever it takes. I'm Hrishi K on 94.3 Radio 1, One World, your station. Katy Perry with her lovely ballad Holly's in Hawaii. An expert on online safety, cyber policy and social media for social change is on the telephone line with me, Amitabh Kumar, founder Social Media Matters. More chat.
94.3.
This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishi K.
Netflix recently launched improved parental controls for families. I need your thoughts on that, please.
Yeah, digital parenting is one part which is a major, focus of our work. And I think Netflix is totally the leader in it. So not just in content, but the focus they have on parental control and also just on the young users. So the new launch is amazing because what it does is it gives family choices, which is what parenting is all about, to make informed choices for your children. You can pretty much lock every profile as you like, also customize it to your children. So at one place there is rating, which is amazing. But what Netflix is doing is taking it a step forward. So if your child is interested in wildlife, then that content can be there. But let's say they are scared of snakes or don't like dinosaurs, then you can also remove that content from their profile. Plus, you can also now view what your child has been watching and what is their interest. So that's something amazing for parents, where they can see, okay, my child likes content on sports, or they like Chota Bheem, or they like something completely different, and then encourage your child in that space. So really, really happy with the work Netflix has done. And I hope other streaming platforms, there are about 30 of them in India, catch on to it, because it seems like a half-hearted effort compared to Netflix when it comes to parental controls on other platforms.
Now, let's be a little India-specific, Amitabh. How do you think parental controls on video streaming services are important in this country during the lockdown in particular, for example?
Extremely important. See, I think lockdown is one time where screen time for children has just shot up. For various reasons, schools are providing online classes. Parents coping with work from home have kind of left the children with the screen. So important. In the Parenting Open House, which are workshops with parents, we always focus upon this tagline that your child should use technology and not get used by technology. And that means that while they should definitely get entertained, they should not get addicted to it, or they should not focus so much on it that the rest are left behind. So parents need to firstly know what their children are watching online. Secondly, they need to supervise their children as well. For the information that the child gets, there needs to be a conversation offline. And lockdown, I think, has given us a crash course, or parents are still trying to cope with it, that how internet can never replace them, but internet is going to have a permanent place in your child's life. And you need to ensure that you are giving them the tools to cope with the sea of information, if I can call it that.
Now, also, I think for me, it's really important because no two families are actually alike, isn't it? In India in particular. So obviously controls like these are very specific to individual families, like your family and my family, and what we would like our children to grow up with.
Totally. So this is where choosing your child's profile becomes so important in India, because as we know, India is not a unicorn and there are families with different cultural contexts. So you can decide, is this the sort of content I want to show my child because it promotes certain values, or would I prefer them to watch it a little later in life? So supervision and creating a controlled environment of entertainment, which Netflix has provided with this new parental control. Also, I think something amazing is that the next episode does not go on autoplay. So you can choose that. You can actually create a timetable that, okay, now for 30 minutes you can watch the show, and after that we do other offline activities, which turning off the autoplay really helps him. Also, there is a lot of languages which India has, and you can choose if you want to promote Tamil in your family and want your child to learn Hindi or Punjabi, you can choose the sort of content they'll watch. So I think for India, these controls become extremely important. Also to promote them amongst your peers. So request to all the parents listening out there, please indulge in these controls and also share it with peers, because awareness is something which is very, very important for such a tool to become popular.
Valuable advice from an expert in the sphere. Amitabh Kumar from Social Media Matters. A last leg still to go with him. Wait eagerly for that as I play you Dua Lipa and Break My Heart. It's 94.3 Radio 1 One World, your station. I'm Hrishi K. It's the good life, and One Republic are living it. A home stretch of my interview with an experienced trainer with a demonstrated history of working in the civic and social organization industry. Amitabh Kumar from Social Media Matters, speaking to me about increased content consumption online, parental controls for kids, and more.
94.3
This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishi K.
Radio 1.
So, you conduct all these digital parenting workshops. So I'm actually going to make this a two-part question. One is important practices for parents during times like now when children are spending more and more time online, and your learnings from those parenting workshops. So practices for parents and learnings from workshops.
Practices for parents, I would go with starting off with create a timetable for your child. And in this timetable, screen time should be allotted, and it should be done in a positive discussion manner. So discuss. we call it a happy table. So children are used to timetables. Just create a happy table where they decide, okay, what do they want to watch, and create it together with them. Also, do not be scared about the questions that they are going to ask you. When they will ask you questions about, let's say, COVID-19 right now, or about some content they have consumed, you might not know the answer. Don't make them up. Explore the answer together. Some amazing resources are out there. Spend time on that. And number 3, don't try to be a super dad or a super mom right now. There is a pandemic out there. We all know it. Nobody's going to judge you. I think this is a very, very important time for parents to not stress upon what all they are not able to do during this time of lockdown. Rather focus upon staying safe, staying at home, and keeping the home environment positive. We on our website have a detailed blog about these steps and how you can follow it. Highly recommend you to come and see it. If you have any queries, would love to answer them as well.
And the learnings from those workshops?
Yeah, thanks for reminding me for that. So learnings from the workshop is parents come in 3 great categories. Number 1, who are superbly scared of technology. They just don't know how to introduce internet to their kids. Number 2, who are moderate. They understand technology is there to stay and are trying their best to inform their kids. And number 3 are the ones who let their kids be on the internet completely unsupervised and don't really indulge in the privacy of their child. So my advice is for the first and the third category that please be more like the second category, where don't be scared of technology and don't let technology become a parent. Because while technology is going to solve a lot of issues for you, it is not going to replace you any given day. Your child needs the love and affection of you, and offline world is going to determine the effects of the online world. So if they are happy, if they are sad in their offline world, they will repeat those behaviors in their online world as well. Plus, it's a new space for everybody. It is one space where children and parents become co-learners. So I always promote a positive behavior towards technology. And it's, I think, the first time parents need to learn to say, I really don't know, let's find out. Because the new information which is being created on a millisecond tact is something you can't really stay updated to. So you need to read a lot. And many times it can be co-reading. It can be a fun activity, gamification as we call it, where the child brings something to the table which we only know a little bit about. And together we search for solutions and try to understand what this new aspect is. And during the lockdown, it has given you a great time because a lot of information is flowing through about the pandemic, about the virus. Our recommendation to everybody is please stick to what the WHO is saying, what the health ministry is saying, and don't get, so to say, submerged in the information wave which is out there.
Amitabh Kumar, founder, Social Media Matters. Thank you for talking to me. And before you go, just your website where people can follow you guys and find out more about all your workshops and all your activities, please.
Thanks very much. Our website is www.socialmediamatters.in, and that's how we exist on all social media platforms as well.
Super stuff. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Ricky Martin is living La Vida Loca. My name is Hrishi K, and this is 94.3 Radio 1. One World, your station.